Here we go then, welcome back to F1 Manager and the Williams career mode where we're trying to get Williams back to the front. It's still our first season in F1 Manager and we've got Alex Albon and Porsche at the heart of our beating Williams drivers. You can see bottom left, 7th place for Williams so far, 6 points. We are doing pretty much okay, and if you are just joining us, we would have mentioned it last week, but as you can see down here, total extra weight, we are a fat car and we don't have any parts coming until the next races. So we've got to get through last week where we got some points in Miami, and now we've got to get through this week in Imola and try and do the same. You can see car parts are developing, so it won't be a matter of time until we get back on, hopefully up the grid and on the front foot. We have got though Imola, and our performance targets are set, qualifying 15th, finishing position of 15th as well. Can we get the job done? That is what we're hoping for, and let's go to race weekend. It's Imola time, and can we get some decent points? Well, I mean, a point would be terrific for us Williams cars.
There's tension in the air today.
So here we go, qualifying time, and it looks like we've got our first experience of the wet stuff in F1 Manager, because the rain is looking like it is coming down outside, and it looked pretty glum. Moderate rain then for basically qualifying. Be interesting to see how our drivers perform, and then in the race on Sunday looking partly cloudy. So it is going to be an intermediate start by the look of it, which is interesting, and this is going to be seeing what we can do in conditions. But let's get it on and let's see if we can scrape through in qualifying. Should be very interesting. Come on Italy, do us some luck. And as you can see, rain is falling, and basically it is going to get drier around this part here. Rain's starting to reduce, and at the end of this session it could be dry. So that is one thing that we are going to have a look at. Now we are gonna, I mean that is 10 minutes in. So let's just hold for now until we get to this section here where we've got a good 5-minute window, and telling us it's wet out there, we know that, and we're going to just watch to see if this comes down, and it is now coming down. So we are going to send out our cars nice and early then into this section. There we are, and we'll send out, because I think this is going to get dry the end of this race, and it's going to be all systems go for everybody. Let's get him out. Everyone now starting to come out as the rain reduces. It is brightening up here, and now we get both cars on their way for their first flying lap. So to start his first flying lap then, here comes Alex Albon to start his flying lap. You can see 0.76 millimeters now. The track is known to be dry, but we are going to give it a go on these intermediates. First of all, what is everybody else on? And it is hard for some of the cars out there, hard, which is interesting, but we're going to set a lap time nonetheless, and we're going to see if we can just hope for the latter end of this session, get one in the bank. You can see it's still raining, but on the right hand side it's not coming down or going up. So I think it could be a dry run at the end of this. And let's find out. There's a car just pulling over to the right. A lot of traffic there. Porsche, he's okay where he is as well. So hopefully a very good lap time inbound. And not many set times at the moment out of the chicane. And Alex Albon would be very nice to put one up. What sort of lap time? Where can we go? We know we're in this section here, but can we get forward? Round the last corner we go. We're running a little bit wide, and now Alex Albon early on the gas, chased by the Aston Martin and the Alpine behind. But Alex Albon comes across the line, weaves to the right, left. Jesus, it's P10. I thought he was going to another universe then, but not to be. He's through at the moment in P10. Pourchaire coming across the line, and he only manages P12, just a couple of attempts back from, I mean, it's 3 seconds off. What is they set in on? Hard tyres out front, so that's interesting. Let's get these back into the garage, and you can see track has changed to damp. Have we missed the bit of the good setups? We're both in. Let's take a look. And that rain's coming back up. I think we've just got to wait here. I think we've got to wait. I think we've missed the boat. Oh, what do we do? Do we get onto dry? I reckon we get onto dries. Oh, this is terrifying. Let's configure to softs. We haven't got many softs though, have we? That's our only issue. But hey ho. Let's confirm them. And now what we're going to do is just watch this weather map. Still 6 minutes. And now it should start drying out. And it's going to really drop off now. We're going to go as late as possible here. As late as possible. Sun is beaming. And people are starting to come out. So, when do we time it? It's just getting drier all the time though. You can see it's coming down. And there's another Alfa Romeo now coming out as well. Let's just fast forward that. Track change to dry. Let's get one out. Alex Albon. I think we are right for going for the softs. A few people on the hards. I mean, we should easily get through if we're going softs, but maybe we're just ruining our tyre allocation. And everybody. Every man and his dog is coming out now. This is going to be a pretty busy lap for everybody out here. So Alex Albon absolutely stuck at the back of a Mercedes. This is not going to help his lap. He is absolutely up the gearbox of George Russell. But if Russell puts a good lap in, we put a good lap in. Both have got DRS down the straight. It's almost like a race. And are we going to look at making a move? No, he cuts us off. But we are going to get absolutely done by traffic. Pourchaire looking to survive as well. And look at that, we are right behind George Russell. This is not helping us one bit. I mean, we're going to put in a purple first sector. I mean, we couldn't get any closer to the back of George Russell here. Maybe with the soft tyres, it is just going to help us. And it goes green now. But surely, sun beaming, we're on the softs. We've got every chance of getting through. Maybe we peaked too soon. Remember, we only really need to get out of Q1. That's our aim. And we are stuck right at the back of this Mercedes still. Albon through the chicane, following Russell closely. Pourchaire's got a nice gap. He'll be setting some nice times. Was it 23.6 and a 23.6? And it was a 25.8 for the middle sector. What about Pourchaire? What is he going to do through this middle sector? And it's a yellow flag, 25.8 as well. Don't think it's going to affect us down the straight. And it is. Alex Albon up to P4. P5, we are slipping. Maybe we are right to go onto the softs to cement it. But Pourchaire coming round. He sat at the bottom at the minute as cars trickle off into the pits. Here comes Pourchaire, and he's up to P7. We've used some soft tyres, but I don't care. Maybe we shouldn't. I mean, have we done something wrong there? Should we have used hards? Everyone's gone for hard tyres, which doesn't make sense. So, have we missed a trick there, or I don't know. I really don't know, but it looks like we are through. Yes, wow. Look at the weather. We are in to Q2 with Albon and Pourchaire. And look at the weather, it's awful. And this is going to get dry again at the end. So maybe do we just wait again and just send someone out? I think so. We're going to have to just literally time this to the best of our ability. And that stability is not the strongest, I can assure you. Track has changed to wet. We are hoping for weather here that dries out. And you can see it is going to start drying out. Oh, it's just changed a little bit. Changed to damp. So I think we're going to actually go on to some intermediates. We're going to put a lap in just in case. And then we're going to send these babies out. It is getting drier all the time. And now we're going to send Albon 8 minutes. Should be able to get round. What's the weather doing now? Still quite a bit off. So this might not be too bad as we look to get our first flying laps in. So Albon down the straight. It is damp, 2.33 millimetres of rain at the moment. We've got Alex Albon on his first flying lap. You can see the rain still out there. The question is, can we get a lap in, come back round and get the dry tyres on? Because I think it may need the dries as we approach. And we've got some good gap this time for Albon. What is everybody else on? Intermediates and a couple of wets on there as well. So decent chance, and it's green first sector, 25.0 for Albon. And it is a 24.9 for Porsche, so decent first sector for Porsche. Coming up to sector 2, Alex Albon and Porsche, not separated by far, still 2.33, it hasn't changed, and the weather is about to start getting dry, so there's a chance we can get this lap in, get back round, straight back out on to some soft tyres. But let's first of all see what sort of lap time is going to come from Alex Albon. Is it going to be a first Q3 appearance of the season, or is it going to be out and slow? Alex Albon down the straight on his inters. What sort of lap does he put in? Wow, P4 for Alex Albon at Imola. What a lap. And now Porsche up to P8. So both cars into the top 10. And I think it could be soon for a dry tyre run in Q2. So it's reconfigure time. We need these soft tyres. We're going to use our used ones, and we're going to get these back out because it is dry. The track is completely dry. Get us out. Alex Albon is ready. He goes. So this could all change. Alex Albon in P4 looking absolutely beautiful. And now we're going to send Porsche. Again, everyone running mediums. Why do I feel like we shouldn't have ran these tyres, but we're getting away with it? Why do I get the feeling we should have been on hards, mediums and softs? Maybe we're cheating here, but maybe I just misunderstood the rules. I don't care. The game hasn't picked it us up. It's either dodgy strategy from all of these, or we've just done what we want. Oh, it's let us pick them anyway. But maybe it'll compromise our race running. But let's see. But the minute we're going backwards, P7 and P10. Every chance for a decent effort. So here goes Albon. Will these soft tyres against the mediums? Verstappen out there on inters. Verstappen looks like he's going to be out. That's going to be very interesting. And I'd like to hear anyone who is watching who is a hardcore F1 manager fan. Let me know if I've just simply used the wrong tyres. But I'm not being penalised for it, because I feel like Q2 should be mediums, but this wet weather has changed it around. But Albon, got to be putting a good first sector in here. 25.0 was last time, 23.7. Obviously, it's a dry track now as well. So let's compare the two. Porsche did a Porsche is going to do a 23.5, 2 temps up on Alex Albon. So looking a strong start to this Q2 on these soft tyres. Williams performing well at Imola so far. We are 11th and 13th though. Are we going to get out of this session? Into the chicane, out the chicane. It's a 25.8 for Alex Albon. What about 25.6? Another 2 temps, 4 temps up Porsche. This could be a big lap. We're down to P13 and P14. Albon's going to get a little toe off the Mercedes ahead who pits. And through, down the straight, comes Alex Albon. And he's only 10th. Oh, he's not quick enough. And now he's out. Porsche. He's up to 6th. And maybe we should be on these tyres. Maybe we've bugged it a little bit. But I don't care. Because Porsche is getting through to Q3. Alex Albon taking a early exit in Q. I mean, I'd usually be happy with that. P12. But it's going to be a Q3 appearance. And the problem is, I think we've used all the soft tyres. We'll see. So, it's Q3 time. It's the first of the season. Even if it was luck with tyres or not, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But it don't matter. And we've got rain coming in. Jesus, get us out of here. Get us back out. Go. And we're going to put us off in traffic straight away here. Come on. It is go time here in Imola. One car Porsche. Time to get to work. Come on. Q3 appearance. That is what we wanted to see. And can we deliver with the man himself? Come on, Porsche. Show us what you're made of. So Porsche has managed to get a little bit of a gap. And that gap is 2. As you can see, the weather looks terrible out there. But at the moment, we're going to see what happens. We crossed the line. Little bit of a slipstream from the Mercedes in front. And now we've got to expect 10th place, right? Got to. But let's see what happens. Albon out. Porsche carrying the Williams flag with high hopes. Can we get through? What's this first sector like? 23.6, that's okay. I think he did a 23.5 last time out in Q2. So, a little bit slower. But let's just see, because this is a free hit. Free hit. And let's see where we can get. We are chasing the Mercedes, but the Mercedes pulling clear. That's how you can see they are a lot bigger a danger than we are. Through the chicane, and it's a 25.7 for the middle, so I think we are slacking a little bit. But that Mercedes is not far ahead. And we're going to look just to round off a first time Q3 appearance for the Williams this season. And as we come round the final corner and slingshot onto the straight, here we go, the Ferrari catching in the background as well. And Hamilton 114.3 and we do a 115. We are way off the pace, as you would expect. But we're just happy to be here. So the track has changed to damp, and I don't think we're going to get any more running out of this whatsoever. We are 10th. Everybody is going out. We're not going to improve based on the weather because we've set soft tyre times. And I believe everybody was actually using the softs this time as well. A couple of inters out there now, but there's no point us absolutely risking it. You can see everybody going so much slower, and it's still 3.3 millimeters. So we're going to take the end of session as it is. It's going to be a P10 for Porsche. Sergio Perez doing just go round on his own. But that is a P10 start on the grid for Theo Porsche. A 1:15.4, 14.9 and a 15.1. So you can see he could have done a 14.9 in Q3. Still would have only managed 10th. We're amongst the big boys. And we look forward to a very interesting race indeed. So here we go, strategy for Imola. Obviously not race round here on F1 Manager, so it's all up for grabs as to what the strategy is that we're going to follow. So let's just set up our options off the start, because obviously that's what we're going to be pushing hard on. Let's look at the strategy. Medium and hards, you can do a 2-stop. And how longer is this? Only a 1 second. Do I kind of want to go on to a soft medium instead rather than doing a medium and hard? Potentially I might try that rather than a 1-stop. It's only a second quicker. Now I feel like I'm a bit more handy doing that, if I'm honest. So we're going to go on to there, And we're going to go on to same sort of strategy, I feel, here. And we're going to go on to some more softs if I can. And let's just see if we can drag this out a little bit. Can we? Should be able to. And then let's just push them mediums down. Let's see if we can do a bit of that. Let's see what happens. We're going to have a lap. We're going to have a laugh. Oh no, we want to save it. So, there's your strategies. Soft, medium, mediums, and a soft, soft. Let's see what we can do with both of these cars. Can we, P12, P10, get off to a great start? Come on then. Come on. Come on, Williams, boys. Let's go. Come on. We're away and racing in Imola. Porsche. Come on. Don't crash. Get a good start. This is what we want. And it is all into the first corner. It's going to be hell. Porsche's up to 9th. Both Williams on the outside. And it's going to look like chaos. And it is. We are in the inside of the Alpine. And it looks like Porsche's got ahead already. And it looks like Albon on the back on the P11. Trying to go through the inside line. And Albon is currently P11. Porsche in P9. So great little start. Albon just losing position now. Being hung out to dry on the outside by the Haas. But he's come back in across him now. And Albon is back up to P11. You can see them side by side. Who's going to win the battle? Fighting in the championship, fighting on the track. And it looks like Alex Albon just going to win that race, or is he not? They're fighting back. What an opening first lap between these two. And it looks like the Haas has just pulled ahead. And yes, he has. Albon's not happy, but just chill, Albon, chill. It's okay. We are P9 and P12. It's a brilliant start from Porsche, distancing himself from Gasly already. And he's got the Mercedes of George Russell just ahead of him. Down the straight we go. Train forming behind Ocon, who's lost a second already on the opening lap. Lap number 2 of 63. What is the tyres that everybody's on? Bit of a mixture on the grid, which is interesting. So we're going to have to keep an eye on them ones. Tyres in working order, and we are in a decent position with the Williams drivers. Porsche 9th, Albon 12th, and we're going to keep in this DRS when it gets enabled next lap as well. But it's going to be hard to keep the pace, and it is Ocon who's losing ground. What tyres is Ocon on? He's on the hards, and so are the cars in front of us as well. So we could do with getting past Porsche, but I don't think that's going to be easier said than done. We'll keep pushing for now, keeping that DRS. Magnussen behind is catching, and he's bringing Gasly and Albon with him as well as we go through the chicane. And Porsche has settled down nicely here. Look at them all fighting. It's the Alpine who's really struggling on them hard tyres. Maybe some warm-up. But here comes, I think, Lewis Hamilton. DRS enabled this time coming around. And the Mercedes are going to double team him here. Both Mercedes right on the back of the Alpine of Ocon. Slight little lock-up, but he keeps ahead. And now these Mercedes are literally like sharks in a fish tank. They are all over the back of Esteban Ocon. And it's going to be a tricky place to overtake Imola. And we are just going to start reducing these down now, because we are not making ground while these do attack each other. So let's cut down. And you can see it is a move. Was that a move by Porsche? It was an attempted move by Porsche. He can't get the Mercedes done unless he sticks to the outside. Good traction from Russell, and he couldn't get, but fair play for giving it a go. And it's Russell who's dropped back, got all out of shape, having to defend. And it's Porsche who's on the charge. And Hamilton still stuck behind Ocon. Not a great place for overtaking Imola, but a chance down the straight with DRS. Lap 4, and we're still in the points. But that Haas is going to be looking a little bit fruity down the straight. Can we close the gap? I just want to look after fuel now. And you can see Russell just picking up a bit of momentum again and starting to shift clear. That Haas has really approached us. We've lost a bit of ground with Porsche. And on lap number 4, we just need to try and keep in a second. It's only 5 tenths. 5 to 6 tenths. Whereas Albon's only 4 tenths. So we're actually fairly good here. Tyres are cooling down. But that is also running in a bit of dirty air off the Mercedes. But 2-stop could work a treat. As we go through to the chicane to start coming up to lap 5. And I tell you what, Albon right behind the other Alpine of Gasly. So a decent little chance of some overtaking opportunities as we go single file. Don't expect us to be pushing this Mercedes, but we've got every chance. And I think we've got every chance of having a bit of a defending. I'm not going to push. I'm just going to keep these tyres as the Haas moves to the right. And I think we're going to battle him off because we've got DRS as well. And we are. But we close up right to the back of George Russell at the end of this straight. And it's all systems go. It's all fun and games. And here comes the Haas on the inside. But just a little bit further back than he'd have liked. And we do manage to keep P9. Haas all over the back on the medium tyres. He's gone for an inside line. Can't get through. Maybe the mediums now coming into their own here on lap 5. Still not a massive amount difference. But we shall see. So double move. We skip it for one moment. And Alex Albon does take P12. After the chicane, down into the last 2 corners, outside. And Alex Albon literally hung it out the outside. And he's through. And both of these cars now, you can see Magnussen has got past Porsche. But it is P10 and P11. And Porsche is still right behind him, keeping tabs. So hopefully he can just stay with him. So Max Verstappen coming through the pack then after his out of sorts qualifying. And we did swap Albon and Porsche over. But you can't moan at that Porsche too much because Verstappen has just come cleaning through. And now he's just under a little bit of pressure. So let's just deploy. See if we can keep hold of that Red Bull. Try and tow us along. That means Albon is going to be up for battle in around a second. So we are going to try and not fight him too much. But it's going to be harder than you think. We are only 2.5 seconds. Tyres reducing down and we'll go to the mediums. And same as Porsche. He's got a bit more tyre wear than we'd like to see at this stage. Might have to be mediums for him as well. Maybe we'll come back for some softs at the end. But round the final corner for Albon, he's been catched very quickly by Verstappen. And this could see us in a bit of danger as we go down the straight. We're going to top up a little bit on the energy as well. And here comes that Red Bull. And in the background you can see we are no match. Remember, we are a heavy car. So we are just going to gain some of this ERS up. But we are still ahead of Max Verstappen in P10. We don't need to see Porsche get overtaken again, that's for sure. We don't want to destroy us. We've got faith in Porsche just looking after himself. And now Albon still got the Red Bull. I mean, he must have had deja vu from his Red Bull season that Max Verstappen is bang behind him. But at the moment, it's looking okay. We just want to close that gap a bit more. We need some sort of fun to happen in this race. But remember, points is not expected. Points is just a bonus. So it looks like we are struggling in lap 15. And these soft tyres might not be our best friend. 50%. And we've got around us Gasly doing the fastest first sector on the mediums. So it looks like the mediums working better at the moment. Porsche is probably going to have to look at an early pit stop. And I think I might pull that trigger. Still got 2 pairs of mediums, so I am going to smash into the pits now. And then we're going to attack when we come out. So Porsche coming in, early stop. Let's see if it works and potentially sees how we do. We're going to come off that soft strategy and come out for the mediums. Maybe a bit of an undercut. As where is he? Here he comes. He's in. Nice uphill. Bird's eye view. And he is already exiting the pit lane. No traffic. We could do with getting ahead of that McLaren. That could be vital. And that McLaren is coming down the straight now, and it's not going to be good news. We are behind. That was crucial that we got ahead there. So we're going to deploy and see if we can clear as quick as possible. We need a nice undercut here. And Alex Albon is still ahead. And what are we looking like on tyres? It's looking okay. Maybe another lap or two. And then we'll get him in for some medium running. But that's got to be the aim. Porsche is already closing in on the McLaren very quickly. A very slow McLaren in Piastri. And you can see he's only about a second behind. Fresher tyres. And now we're going to just try and close that to within a second for DRS down the straight. That would be nice. He's got it to just a second now as he comes flying through. And now this is going to be well under a second. Battery nearly empty. But that's okay. We've got 6/10 the gap. And you can see Albon actually right under pressure. But he's got the inside line. And I feel like this is the time, if we can keep ahead, to now get some of these medium tyres on. Can we keep ahead? Inside line. And he can at the minute. And this could be crucial for our push. He hasn't got ahead though, Porsche. Stuck behind this McLaren. And he's going to take an inside line here. Fresher boots on the Williams. And he's not through at the moment. Still battling hard. And he's looking like he's going to take an inside line. And it's a beautiful move by Porsche. Crucial move. And we are in now to P19. But that was crucial for an undercut. Albon's put some gap between him and Gasly. And I feel like now it's a perfect time to get him in and onto some mediums. We're going to find out if there's one way of doing it or not. And he's got a nice gap now. So working well, Porsche, as Albon is in the pits. Let's watch his pit stop. And remember, Albon was ahead of Porsche before they came into the pits. And Porsche just coming round the last corner. Let's see where he feeds out. I think Porsche might jump in with the undercut here. No, he's not. He's going to be ahead. Albon is ahead, just. Oh, very, very close. And we are now deploying to keep ahead as well. Try and use this undercut as good as we can. Look at that, strategy's gone completely now. But crucial few laps as we come in earlier than everyone else, and hopefully this two-stop, what our strategies say, is going to be a decent strategy. But you know there's only one way to find out about that. So crash then. What's happened? It's a McLaren and an Alpha Tauri. Lando Norris. Looks like they're going to turn in here, and they are going to turn in, and they're going to tag. And it's the McLaren going off. Bit of a drift in. Bit of rally. But that was contact on that corner. No safety car. Just yellow flag at the time. Obviously McLaren just going to be checking over that car. But yellow flags are over. And it was Lando Norris and Nick De Vries who are the guilty partners, and we'll see what the stewards think of that. But lap 20, and we are sitting P18 and P20, and it's looking like a lot of people might be going for a one stop in this race. So a few pit stops have undertaken, and we've moved ourselves up to P13, and you can see Max Verstappen has just come out of the pits. So Porsche with his undercut after he got overtook by Verstappen, I tell you what, he knocked a second or two out of him. And he is onto the hards though, so I do think we're going for this two stop is not going to work too well. We are going to have to be pretty aggressive, I think. But that's a long way to go for the hard tyres. So there is every chance we can just cruise this out and then we can come back a bit later on. Gasly's in the pits now as well. You can see him just coming out. And will that mean that Porsche and Verstappen go past him down the straight? Where is he coming at the minute? That means a yes, I think. And there they go. We're going to get potentially both cars. Yes, we are going to get both cars past Gasly. What tyres does he come back out on though? And I feel like we may have made a boo-boo on a two-stop. But you just don't know at this stage. Plenty of way to go. P12, P13. Hards for Gasly. We're going to have to find out the long way in this race, that's for sure. So how about this for a train on lap 35? Out of 63, so we're only just a few laps over halfway. And there is 5 cars battling it out. It is Porsche ahead, trying to get past, and we're going to deploy here and just see if we can get past Ocon. And it's Esteban Ocon, who is on 97% medium, so just come out of the pits. And this is why I said maybe we messed our strategy up a little bit, because everyone's going long and they've got a long way to go. But we've gone 2 stops because it said it would be a second difference, and I don't feel like it's a second difference at the moment, do you? We're going to have a long way to go at the end of this. Down the straight, and we are bang there, but not close enough. Just bringing these tyres a bit more aggressive. Trying to use some fuel.
Pace left. It'll be good now.
We are right behind the Alpine. And the question is, where do we come back out though? I mean, we're going to be like 15th, 16th, and this is not going to look very good on our strategy. You can see the Williams just holding them up behind. And we are bang there. But it's not going to be great, I don't think. But I think we should have gone a different way on the strategy. But who knows? Who knows what is going to happen? Maybe a little bit of a safety car or something. VSC could help us out. So lap 42, and we are sitting nicely in P11, and that sounds great. Well, it did, because we were just ahead of Gasly, but our tyre strategy isn't looking great at all. And we've got literally 21 laps to go. But do we chuck on a pair of mediums, or do we, with a bit lighter fuel, check out some soft tyres? Could we go one more? I mean, can we get a pair of softs? Don't know. We might be able to. Let's see when it comes to the racing. But Porsche is back out, and he's down in P16. So he was running well, not anymore. We've got to be aiming for around P15 on Albon. I want to do one more, and then I want to look at putting us onto some softs so we are a lot quicker. That's going to be the key next time round. We are looking after these tyres just a bit more, and then we're going to see if we can just bolt on them softs. Through the final corner, Alex Albon, P12. So it's not too bad for Albon. We're obviously not stronger in the pace. We got lucky with qualifying, and now we might be under a bit of an attack. We are now going to pit, and we haven't got softs, so we're going to have to go fresh mediums. Let's whack that on, and we are going to lose a place. That's fine, as we are in P13. And we're going to just harvest now until we get in. Porsche, Lance did that nicely. He's coming down the straight. Warmed up them tyres. Going to stay aggressive. Stay unbalanced. And we're going to try and just top up a little bit as well. We are harvesting all the time. Just try and gain power unit. We're only a second. 1.2, we're just keeping it around that mark. And then we're going to try and use some Albon pace. But them hards are going to go a long way, and I think that's going to be our downfall. I think a one-stop was key. I generally think a one-stop was key.
Start to close in.
But here comes Alex Albon for his pit stop. Porsche coming up to the chicane. And let's see where he can push to. But you never know. He's got the Ferrari approaching behind, which is science. And Albon hits his marks. Good stop needed from Albon. Come on. We're going to drop down. I don't think points is an option in this race. Sadly, I think we might have blown that with strategy. But let's see. He's coming back out. And he's going to be a lot quicker now as well. So he's going to be happier on these tyres, that's for sure. And we can start just to push everything a little bit more. Got aggressive on for the two Williams. It's the Williams drivers' time to hunt. But look at that gap. So unless these hard tyres go off the cliff, I think we might struggle to catch the cars ahead. And there is a virtual safety car. So let's just harvest everything. Oh no.
There's a yellow flag now.
Oh no.
Now here we are at the
Theo Porsche. Last corner. Oh, it's a big crash.
confidence will have taken a hit.
Oh no. That's the second time Porsche has stacked it in an F1 Grand Prix in 6 races. And it is a VSC. Oh, that's frustrating. And we are just going to look after everything now. But oh, damn. I thought these Williams pair were going to start flying and we were going to catch up some cars. But now has absolutely wrecked it, and it's also going to help these hard tyres a little bit close to the end too. We have still got 17 laps, but you can see we are just on conserve everything at the moment. Let's see if we can gain some power back. So VSC is ending on this lap. Sadly Albon 15th, and we are well down the field. But let's see what happens. I don't think we're going to gain anywhere. Look at the gap. We're in a race of our own. Zhou Guanyu's the other half end of the circuit. We are 9.5 behind Bottas. And Bottas is on some. Everyone's on used hards, used mediums. There's no question about who's got the fresher tyres. And who's lapping a hell of a lot faster than this midsection. So you never know. But we're going to have to keep the pedal down to see what we can do. We go deploy. So 10 laps to go then, and Alex Albon has really caught up with the car ahead, and that car ahead is Valtteri Bottas of the Alfa Romeo. And we are trying to get past. We've got Nick de Vries ahead of him as well. There's a big gap to Gasly, so we're not going to potentially get him. We've only got 10 laps unless something does happen in these final few. But if we could get baby P13 out of this, it's not the worst result, considering you got to remember we are a Williams team, we are a heavy team as well, and that's just not me, that's just the car. So we are up against it, but we're trying. And here comes the Williams. Oh, looking like they're just going to take each other out, and he's taking the inside line. Oh, what a move by Alex Albon. Battery kicked back down though, and he's lost it out the exit, whereas the Alfa Romeo flew out of that corner. But can we get back down the straight? It is time for DRS, time for round 2 of the fight. Can we get back past? DRS enabled. De Vries trying to escape. Is there a move anywhere for Alex Albon? And at the moment, computer says no. But we are tucked right behind. And I tell you what, De Vries is not getting too far away either, as Albon pulls to the left, but can't get a move done there. And is there any chances of overtake coming up? Here comes a potential move, but can't go up the inside. And it's Bottas defending well, and Albon trying his hardest to try and get through. It's only 2 attempts, all the 2s, and it's now down to 1. We are pushing hard here in Imola. Is there an inside line coming up? Risky business if he does try it. And as we approach the chicane, where he got the move done but lost out last time, don't think he's going to try again this time. No, he's not. And let's give him a bit of deploy, and let's give him a bit of attack. Let's stop him moaning. Shut up, Alex, come on, you can do it. And these 3 are now separated by barely 7/10 of a second. As we go down the straight, and look how tucked up we are. We pull to the right hand side. Is there going to be a move? Oh no, there's not. It is all over the place. We're nearly 3 wide, and it's all behind Nick De Vries. This could end in carnage, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get through? God, we're tucked up like a hoover. Anyone going to risk it? There's a Ferrari in the background as well. But at the minute, lap 55 sees us have to stay patient. And we're going to have to let the Ferrari through as well, which is annoying because we lose ground in the fight. Look how much ground we've lost letting the Ferrari through. That is, we are right tucked up nicely. But maybe, there we go. There's the Alfa Romeo getting it back. So we do manage to get the ground back, and it's the Alfa Romeo who's not going to potentially have DRS. De Vries gets out of the way, you can see up top. And now, we've got another Red Bull behind us. Oh, just as we're coming to the straight. Don't let him out here. This has become a chaos. Don't pull aside. Oh, we have. Look how slow we've gone. Oh, we've lost out big ground there on lap 56, and we have fallen. So after all that, a real quick skip, and we do finally get him. I swear overtakes only happen when we don't watch, and it is an inside line. Beautiful move with the traction as well, and we are up then and on the back now of Nick De Vries. These medium tyres, these 2 stops starting to work better, but it doesn't matter because we're well out the points. 22 seconds is Nick De Vries behind Nico Hulkenberg. Big gap, and we're going to see if we can get him down the straight. Still pushing from that VSC caused by our own teammate, and down into the straight we go. Tyres looking okay. There's only 7 laps left. And is there going to be a move this time on the Alpha Tauri? Williams with a decent top speed is closing all the time. Would be nice to take P13, and that gap is all the way down to 1/10 now. We are literally all over the back of the hard tyre running Nick De Vries. Let's see if we can get him. We got through last time with the Alfa Romeo. We're going to try again. Not this time. Overtake failed. Albon's not happy. Let's go back to neutral. Well, I mean, we're fighting over P13. I just want it to be around there, but we're not quick enough at the current car. So we have to take it on the chin. There is a yellow flag. And sector 3, yellow's ahead.
Okay.
And it's a Sonoda lockup. We're not going to get lucky. And it's Sonoda who's down in P18 as well. And annoyingly, I thought we might have had a last few lap safety car. Chance for some soft tyres. And then let's deploy down the straight.
Let's use the overtake.
Yep, copy.
Can we get past Nick De Vries? He's nicked the
Yes.
Come on. He moves to the inside. We're closer than ever now. It's going to go round the outside. It's going to be carnage. And I think we've done it. We're up to P13. And that might be our best position that we're going to hope for. Lap 58. And that sees us do take past a nice outside line. And we are in to P13. So the final lap for Alex Albon, because he has been lapped by the leader. And it will see us, look at that, pull 10 seconds to Nick de Vries within a few laps. And knock down Hulkenberg by about 4 or 5. So we've actually had some good pace. It's just maybe the strategy wasn't the one that we should have been on. All learning, but two stops seemed okay, so I'm not going to disregard it too badly. We still come home in P13, but we are going to come home minus a car as well, because Porsche just liking to use our budget cap a little bit more. And all them nice, lovely, brand spanking new parts that we've created, now we're going to have to go to work again.
Increase lift and coast.
Not Porsche rookie as well, and that's going to be a big issue. But it is what it is. That's part of F1 for you. And it is going to be the sole remaining Williams driver to finish this GP in Imola. And coming across the line out of the final corner, we will settle for a P13 finish. And Alex Albon does cross the line. Sainz wins. Alex Albon home in P13. The team look pretty happy, I'll give them that. They don't look too downbeat after qualifying. We're a bit out of position, having gotten into Q3 for the first time. But we will take it, and that is P13 for Alex Albon. Stops, you can see, one stops all around us. We're one of the few cars, actually, we're the only cars to do a 2-stop. So we have to learn a lot. We are not the best strategists at the moment, but we're going to learn this along the way. But we'll live with that. We'll live. Fastest DHLs. And at the end, Porsche is going to have a lot of car to have to fix. That is for sure. But let's see what happens, and look what we've got next. Round 7, and it is the notorious Monaco. So make sure, don't miss it, as we go hunting for Monaco in a week's time.